Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Bob. And all of my dear colleagues and all of you poets who I will and will not see this week. All right. I am just going to read a few poems, some from my book and some new. And I'll begin with That's a Rap, sheet music for Alphabet Street. Those of you who know Prince will hear him at the end. If I sing the blues, would that be new or new? Would booze follow blues? Would blood follow bud, flower flow, sang-froid, cold-blooded, hot-blooded, male? If I sang frigid, would that be cool? Jazzy, jizz, buzz, the word. Do I have the right to write the body? The right body to remain silent? Habeas corpus, to have the remains dans mes mains, my main man, handyman, unhand me, uncuff me, so I can speak in my signifying language. Signs, wonders, miracles, temptations, 3 or 4 tops, hip-hops, micro brouhahas, address 'em and drop the mic. Ain't nothing new, son, about us being under the gun. Checked in the black box, never a dull minute. Oh, pin it, mighty muse, flighty music. Put delight letters together. Take it away. This poem is one that I wrote in the valley or on the mountain, depending on how you talk about it. It was interesting hearing Brenda Hillman, who is often with us, talk about lichen and a craft talk about simile. This poem came out of that sonic thought, but it has nothing to do with Brenda's talk. It's called What's Not to Liken. And it was written about the incident in McKinney, Texas, June 2015. What's not to liken? The 14-year-old girl was treated like A, a grown woman, B, a grown man. The bikini-clad girl was handled by the cop like A, a prostitute, B, a prostitute by her pimp. The girl was slung to the ground like A, a sack of garbage into a dumpster, B, somebody had something to prove. The girl's braids flew around her head like A, helicopter blades, B, she'd been slapped. The black girl was pinned to the ground like A, an amateur wrestler in a professional fight, B, swimming in a private pool is a threat to national security. The girl's cries sounded like A, the shrieks of children on a playground, B, the shrieks of children being torn from their mothers. The protesting girl was shackled like A, a criminal, B, a runaway slave. Liken it or not. There's a section in this book called The Topsy Suite, and those of you who've read Uncle Tom's Cabin will perhaps recognize the reference to one of her figures, a young black girl who was meant to be a foil for little Eva, the blonde, ringleted daughter of the good slave owner. Topsy lingers in our national or linguistic consciousness in another way, and this is a poem about that. It's called Studies in Antebellum Literature, or Topsy-Turvy. 19th century novels paint quite the chromatic picture of America. Take The White Whale, say, or The Scarlet Letter. But they aren't all tarred with the same brush. For comic contrast, some give us black humor, national relief projected onto one dark little head, in turn projecting in all directions a local color. Antebellum lit still tinges tongues with shady tints. Our language is loaded, packing heat, a weapon concealed only, it seems, from the blissful. Who'd say X used to be a small college town, but then 10 years ago it just grew like Topsy? I'd say it grew like kudzu, maybe, or like wildfire, not like Topsy. Note, things that just grew like Topsy: the Middle Passage death toll, the black prison population, the crop of Negro spirituals, like crazy, like a weed, like a motherless child. This next poem was written, this might be my last. What time did I step up here? Gosh, maybe my last poem. Was written last spring after a visit to the south of France, when my partner and I were planning a decadent and restful vacation that led to a 2-hour detour that turned into a full day in a museum called Site Mémorial du Camp des Milles, which was a World War II detention center. Les Milles. There is no poem unless we can find the courage to speak. In the middle of a vacation in the south of France, a chance to visit a World War II detention center arises, dusty and bleak, just outside Aix-en-Provence, just past the scent of lavender, in an ancient heat. The first thing you see and the last thing you visit is a boxcar. You know what it means. It takes the same toll on the breath, the pulse, as the rusted shackles displayed in another damned museum. There are histories of torture preserved all around us, formally, officially, with placards and institutional funding, casually, quietly, unavoidably, in the quality of a glance, the poverty of an existence, the demographics of a mall, a church, a prison. In a former tile factory, we learn again how anything can be misused, how anyone can be abused. The kiln is not a dormitory until it is. Here, there, slept people who were too Jewish to be German, too German to be French, too despised and feared to be defended, even by those who feared we might soon be despised. If I now say Palestine, have I forgotten Auschwitz? If I say settlements, have I now forgotten camps? If I don't say Palestine, have I forgotten Elmina, Selma, Cape Town, Haiti? Must every place name on earth be a shorthand for violence on a map of grief? Orlando, Charleston, Wounded Knee, Sharpeville, Gettysburg, Tiananmen Square, Gaza, Catin, Plaza de Mayo, Soweto, Dominican Republic, Hiroshima, Srebrenica, Rwanda, Cambodia, Ankara, Adana, Odessa, Nanking. Yesterday and yesterday's yesterday, the planet pushing up sycamores and lavender, rice and plantains, fertilized with lead and blood, with rain from poisonous clouds and the dust that becomes of the dead. Adam, whose name means clay, was not baked in a kiln. Eve's name means life, implies the day that follows. Will tomorrow be a place we can name after something that grows? What is the proper use of a wall? There are so many histories buried in the space and silence around, within these words. These lines make a poor but portable museum, a set of sketches, palimpsests, faint and painfully incomplete, that map the territory of the human, with arrows pointing in every direction, some leading from you, some leading to you. There is no poem unless you, we, can find the courage to hear. Thanks.